Hey guys, back with another one. So I will be going live today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just wanted to give you an update. I know Chriseanrock is not going to share this with you, and I know Jaden and Alexis is not going to share this with you as well, because I really think, from my opinion, what went down, the back and forth with Jaden and Alexis with the IG stories, Chrisean Rock getting herself all dolled up, which she should do that even if Blueface is allegedly getting out soon or getting out within the next couple of days. There's a lot of people deceiving the masses, had us all thinking he was going to get out by the weekend. No show, nothing being said about that happening. I just want to share some information with you. We all know his name is Jonathan Jamal Porter. He's age 27, male, black. And the record details here, date of birth, January 20th, 1997. And the custody status we know was January 13th, 2024, Pacific time. Custody status, in custody. Custody details, men's central jail. Schedule release, July 2nd, 2024. Now, WAC 100 did say, and I will say that it did come from Wacko's mouth, that because the jail is overcrowded in California, California is a pretty big state and there's a lot of crime, I'm quite sure, that happens in bigger states. They usually give people, especially people like Blueface, early release because of him being a liability, because he's a rapper, he's considered a star. They don't want to have a liability of something happening to someone like him in their facility. Okay. So allegedly, WAC 100 said he'll probably do a max of 30 to 100 days, but he will not do that alleged year that was floating around the circuit, for some time after he had went and turned himself in when he had a probation violation. He had to turn himself into the court, and he came in with his lawyer. We all saw that on recording. And then the scheduled release date was given, and I had said June initially. I couldn't remember if it was June or July, but the scheduled release date is July 2nd, so he could get out on or before that date, according to WAC 100. Okay. Now, Chriseanrock has definitely been ordered, in my opinion, to get on to social media and stop being present again, because there probably is some talk. That's why she wanted to mute the conversation when she was getting her hair done. Had nothing to do with she was getting all dolled up for her birthday, when her birthday is not until another, I think, 2 weeks or so. You can look it up. That's public information. It had nothing to do with her getting herself dolled up because, oh, daddy's coming home. Now, let me just say this. He may have been making her think that he was getting released. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on with Chriseanrock and allegations surfacing around the internet. So right now we know that Blueface's main focus is to get to Chrisean, nip this in the bud, whether it's a storyline or it turned into a storyline because maybe she was doing something low key. We know how Blueface thinks. He can do stuff to her, but as soon as she does stuff back to him, oh, Junior's not my baby. You're not my girl. And he goes back to his other family and he disses Chrisean. And he only deals with Chrisean at his own convenience. But he could have had her thinking that he was getting out. And then she had us thinking that he was getting out round the weekend time. Today's Sunday, but that didn't happen. But if Chrisean fell for the banana in the tailpipe and got Jaden Alexis all riled up, let's say Jaden Alexis has not been talking to Blueface. He's been talking recently to Chriseanrock. We did hear that phone call where he wasn't, I guess, calling her consistently, and she was wondering what happened. He might have times that he does that to Jaden Alexis as well, and she's not really in the loop of what's going on. We only seen her record one visit to see Blueface with her son. That doesn't mean she's in full contact with him every time he has a phone call. He could be calling groupies that he got their numbers, or having visits, whoever can get to the visitors list and get on there because it's jam packed. It's a big prison. It's a big state. It's really hard to get visits, from my understanding. Also, hearing this also from Carlissa's mouth. But understand this and understand this well. Chriseanrock is just like us. He has to fall back and wait until this man either gets paid to Nevada, or if Nevada doesn't pick him up, he will go and get relief, and he will have to, on his own recordness, go and clear up that warrant that he has. He is wanted in the state of Nevada. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So this is where I wanted to show you Jonathan Porter, male status, right? He was on probation. It says supervision status active, wanted. Supervision status date February 10th, 2024. Beginning date of probation was October 2nd, 2023. Ending date was October 2nd, 2026. Supervision event reason probation end. It was ended. Why? Because he's wanted for violating his probation. Why would it still say, if he was transported to Nevada, that he was wanted? Now, he could be out of custody, but we already seen he's still in custody, because if he wasn't in custody status, it would say that he's been released. And it would also have details to cover them, the jail, where his whereabouts are, so that they're not getting blamed for letting this man go and he's out here running a muckery somewhere when he should be clearing up a warrant, because he's wanted in the state of Nevada for a serious probation, seriouser than the probation violation that he received in California for the 2 DVs allegedly on Jaidyn, Alexis, and Chriseanrock. And yes, I did say allegedly, because who knows? It could be on anybody that he got a DV. It could be one of them side chicks. But we can only go by what is being said on social media by Carlissa, by Blueface, by Jaden Alexis, and by Chriseanrock. And we all know at times they can lie, and they do that to keep the circus going, because if they told you the truth, it ceases and desists everything. And a lie just goes on and on and on. And that's what they're going to continue to do. Chriseanrock knows no more about anything than we do. We just have to stay tuned to see how this plays out. I will, on a regular basis or throughout the day, check both California docket information and Nevada to see if, especially in Nevada, if this one wanted that's active is cleared up. If it's cleared up, obviously that means, because they're not going to just let him call over the phone because he's Blueface, he went and was haved or brought himself into Nevada to clear it up. And it would also say on the California part how he was transported, whether on his own recordness or if he was haved into Nevada to go clear up the wanted, which is the same thing as a warrant, because he's outstanding right now, and not in a good way, because he's still in the custody of California jail, serving out the time for the violation in their jail. They don't care about him being wanted in Nevada and him owing time. He's got to do and owe the time to California first, and then they can deal with him in their state. They're not worrying about other states. They're worrying about the state that he's committing crimes on probation in California. They can deal with him committing crimes in California on a probation that he has in Nevada when they get him in their court. So I just want to update you that, because we have to understand, at the end of the day, these people are young. They're playing a dangerous game. They don't look at this as serious. They look at it as notch underneath their belts, that they were, high profiled millionaire rappers and superstars, and they still are getting arrested and committing crime. And it's supposed to be because this is the kind of youth it's like today, where it's supposed to be popular person to get in trouble with the law, instead of saying, I have too much money too much things that I can do in my life, too many vacations I can take my kids on, my family on, or do. And I don't have to subject myself to this kind of lifestyle because I have the freedom, because I have the money to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And it doesn't make any sense for them to be caught up into the court system over things that could be prevented. You hang around like minded people so that you don't get into these kind of situations to begin with. But trust and believe that was a seed that was planted, in my opinion, from Blueface. Had Chrisean all riled up because he knows that at times she's not the brightest bulb on the tree, which is kind of messed up that he takes advantage of that. Chriseanrock probably got Jaidyn Alexis started, and then Jaidyn all of a sudden just came out the woodwork, and then Bonnie Lachey came out the woodwork and started this whole social media frenzy. They are very good at keeping you guys stimulated and wanting to see what's going to happen next so that they can not be in the algorithm, but break the algorithm. That's what they're trying to do, break the algorithm, go out in history as the most talked about to get to the bag, couples or friends or associates or whatever they want to call themselves in the world. And maybe they're trying to meet the Guinness Book of World Records of what an idiot they are. I don't know. But we just need to do our due diligence, stay on the legal documentation, not from the messengers, but from the receipt and what these courts are updating on a daily basis on these entities that we report on. They don't got time to put up false information so that they can discredit commentators or bloggers or vloggers or whoever you want to call them that report this information. They're doing their job in the court. They're going to put the most accurate, most up to date information as they can on these entities because this has to be recorded. This has to be documented. Everything has to be documented so nothing's used against anyone. How they were treated when they served their time, and that's why this is public record, so that people can see that things are being done accordingly. So we're gonna, be updated, not maybe on a daily basis, but soon as something comes up for me to update, I will bring it to your attention, update you guys, and we will stop all this mass confusion. But as of now, he's still in custody. And if he's not in custody, it's the fault of California court and their documents from their clerk's office that should be updating this in real time that that man has been released. And he's no different than you or me. When you get in trouble, you're now one of us. So if they haven't updated the dockets that he has been released, then that's the problem of the courts. But as it, from what I can see, as far as I'm concerned, it says he is still in custody and he's wanted in Nevada. You see it right here. Jonathan Porter, he's a male, right? Probation, he's wanted. And this is in the state of Nevada. This status is in the state of Nevada. And I'll also show you this. If you look at the bottom here, reporting agency, Nevada Department of Public Safety, Probation, and Parole, 51445 Old Hot Springs Road, Suite 104. That is where the information is coming from. It's from that state.